and was able to. It just shows that the average fan for mixed martial arts shows, they're invested in these fights. You know, I mean, they have an emotional connection with somebody in that cage. You know, they don't know them, but they at least respect them for what they're doing. And yes, they want to see somebody get knocked out. They don't want to see him hurt, but they want to see him get knocked out. But they have respect, and they have a connection formed with the fighter that's in that cage. And that's another reason I just really love this sport.
And, of course, as an announcer, when you get a split decision or even a unanimous decision, it may be kind of funny, but I just like the fact that me, the judges, and the guy from the state are the only ones that know what's going on. When I go in the ring, it's like, I got a secret. It's right here.
Right? That's true. That's absolutely true.
And then it started a trend, because the very next bout we had a split decision. That was between Jeff Myers, no, it wasn't a Jeff split decision. It was a submission between Jeff Myers and Xavier Mayberry. And Jeff is your typical, let me see if I can describe him. He's your typical Midwest wrestler. When you have a picture of a wrestler, he's squat, he's compact, he's muscular, he's in incredible shape, and he's got a great base of balance. And it was fun to watch him fight, and I hope he keeps fighting. But he did say that this was his last fight here because he's getting out of the military. He's active duty military, and he's getting out of the military at Fort Hood, and he's going back home up onto to Minnesota, I think he said he's from.
Something like
Wisconsin.
That. But
one of the Big Ten. One of the Big Ten.
You have a secret. I also have a secret. So Jeff, like you said, Jeff is. I mean, this kid could be in bodybuilding competition and put both to shame. I mean, he is extremely ripped. You know, he's got the. You know, he's shorter than the average person. I think he's like 5'5" or something like that.
5'2".
And then, okay, there you go.
Yep, 5'2".
So I mean, he's very, like you said, he's very compact. But Chuck Luther from the Nutrition Hut up there, he's one of our, he's been one of our supporters since we started. And he has the Nutrition Hut up there in Colleen. Paleo Fit Foods, and he told Jeff, he was like, dude, you're not done. We're gonna Chuck offered, the Nutrition Hut offered to sponsor him and actually bring him back down, pay for his plane ticket and all that other stuff to get him back down here to fight. So we will probably be seeing Jeff again if Chuck Luther has anything to say about it.
Oh man, that's awesome! I'd love to see him fight again. I think he's got a future in MMA if he keeps going. I mean, he's got the build. He's and he's tough.
And I'm going to try to find him a fight if he's able to do it. I mean, it's going to be a little challenging because he made his debut the last fight, and then Xavier was making his debut as well. And, Jeff's 2-0. So, I mean, now we're going to have to elevate his game a little bit and find somebody with some experience and really challenge him in that cage.
Yeah, and he won this bout 1 minute and 27 seconds into the first round by submission, and it was an armbar.
It was, and it was, oh my gosh, it was pulled off beautifully, too. I mean, he was over there on my side when he pulled it off, and he actually ended up pulling off the armbar on his stomach, which, is extremely possible, obviously. It's just
one of those
wrestling. Things, one of those positions you can find yourself in that.
Yeah, well, that's that wrestling coming into play. He's used to, when you wrestle, Roman Greco or wrestling, that's where you do all your work, is with your face in the mat. So he's comfortable. He has no problem with that.
Absolutely.
And Ken Kravitz, I just want to mention, Kravitz Photography is the folks that come out and document all this and put their photographs up on the web pages and submit their photographs to Texas MMA and the fighters. And she had a great shot of Jeff right on his finishing move. I don't know if you've seen it. She posted it on Facebook, but it was a great shot. I mean, just he knew he had it. It's just the confidence, and he wasn't even straining.
No, he even looked. I saw it. Like I said, I was over there whenever he was. I'm actually looking at the photo right now, and he looking at the ref like, dude, you can call this or not? His arm's about to break. So Kim, she does an amazing job with our photos, and I mean, I don't know how she does, how she gets some of the shots that she does, but man, she's good.
Yep, she's very good. KimKravitz.com, I think, is her webpage. If anybody's listening wants to go check them out, she'll put them up. She'll put her work up, and I'm sure some of our fight pictures in there. Well, the fifth bout also came down to a split decision, and again, I like the split decisions. And that was
so the next fight, that you're talking about is the fight that
these are the big boys.
The big boys, the heavyweights. So you got Brody DeForest and Cassius Towns, and Cassius is a soldier. I am pretty sure he is in El Husada's unit. So they were both from the same unit, but they still kind of fell under with the Fort Hood fight team, even though they don't think they roll as much with the Fort Hood Combatives guys as they do. With the Fort Hood team, they basically kind of teamed up together, and they walked out together, and everybody helped everybody, and and then Brody's one of my guys. I train him as well.
Brody's a house,
and he is massive.
He's a big.
Oh my goodness gracious! He went to the doctor to get his medicals, and he called me up. He said, Coach, I don't know if this is right, but they just told me I weighed 288 pounds. I'm like, oh my god!
He weighed in it.
Oh my goodness gracious! 288 pounds.
His official weight was 277 at the weigh-in.
Yeah, I mean we worked with him a little bit, and got his cardio down or got his cardio going, and try to pull some of that weight down a little bit, because I didn't want him. I mean, they're heavyweights, it is what it is as far as weight is concerned, but I didn't want him having to move that much weight around in the cage. So,
yeah.
But I mean, and this is Brody's first fight, and he was ready. But at the same time, it was a learning experience for him. I mean, at the end of the day, Brody lost. And he was really emotional about it. He was happy that he fought. He was, I was very proud of him with the respect that he showed to Cassius afterwards. And even after the fight, they're like taking pictures together with like their moms and stuff. It was crazy.
Well, it was close. I mean, it was 29 to all three judges had it 29-28. It just the two of them had Cassius and one of them had Brody. So. Well,
I told the guy that I was sitting aside when I was cornering. Like, I knew Brody lost before you even read the decision. I knew that was the case, just because Brody had he spent a lot of the time kind of bent over. And Cassius had his weight on top, and I mean Brody only really landed a couple of good blows. Now at the end, and this was Brody's fatal error, was that in the final seconds of the match, Brody was able to get his head up, and, he pushed Cassius off, and, I mean, rocked Cassius with a solid cross that dropped him, But Brody, and this is why we're in the amateur leagues, his inexperience, and, he stopped.
Yeah, he didn't follow through.
He saw Cassius fall. He saw him kind of go out for a second, but didn't attack him. He didn't go after him. If he would have taken a step towards him, I would think that the judge would have probably jumped in and say, "Hold up, let's go ahead and call this," but he didn't. And Cassius was able to recompose himself and stand up, and he was able to, he took the win over Brody. So, It was a great fight, though. I mean, definitely something that we were able to identify some of Brody's weaknesses, and we're going to be training, working on some of those, working on his cardio a little bit more and stuff like that. And, and Brody just wants to fight. He's a good kid, and he's got a lot of support from his family. A lot of his family come out there. Cassie's had a lot of support for his family, but at the end of the day, Cassie's hand was raised. And so I will say that Brody and Cassius did make the front page of the Temple newspaper, so we were pretty excited about that.
Brody looks like Brock Lesnar.
Yes. I still think Jeremy Oliver looks more like Brock Lesnar, though. But that's just me.
Now, I don't have, and I looked and looked, and I must have slipped out of my stack here. I don't have the sixth, or the, what am I thinking of? That was
the
number
5.
Fight
is the fight of the night, baby.
That's the
fight
of the night.
James Bruner.
This thing's crazy. We're going to talk about that when we get back from commercial, though. We gotta pay the bills.
Pay the bills, baby. I'll talk to you in a few.
All right.
All right.
We're on the air with Jared Hepler of Chasm Elite. If I can get my thing to work here. There it is. All right. Gotta have my bumper music. You can call in the show. We'll start taking phone calls this next segment. You can call 1-866-225-5401 or tweet me. I got a Twitter account. No one ever uses a dang thing. Use it. Mike Allen at tired_lions_fan. We'll be right back after these messages. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network. And you are on the air.
Are you looking to buy prescription eyeglasses? Family-owned and operated EyeFramePros.com is your online store for prescription eyeglasses. Select the eyewear of your choice from our variety of frames, fill out the prescription information, and place your order in no time. After this quick and easy process, you'll receive your prescription glasses in a few days. All major credit cards accepted. Visit us at EyeFramePros.com. That's EYEFramePros.com. See what you are missing.
Hi! Now I know you hear Joe Rocks and the Dog on their weekly restaurant reviews on Night Talk, 10 p.m. Eastern. And boy, these two like to eat. Right, boys? Well, here's something to review right from your house. Eat24. That's right, Eat24.com. With over 25,000 restaurants for you to choose from when you're hungry. Many in your area. So review that, boys. Eat24.com. Click, order, and eat. Eat24.com.
The small city of Rockton, Illinois, is stunned by the brutal and senseless murder of an entire family, leaving only the father to pick up the pieces of his shattered life. 2 rookie detectives are at odds, but before they get a chance to stop him, the killer strikes again. Will Detective Max Larkin and Detective Jesse Fairlane put their personal differences aside so they can stop the killer from striking again? Find out in the new suspense thriller, Time Killer, from author Todd M. Thede. Available in hardcover, softcover, and Kindle at Amazon.com.
I stumbled upon a great new ebook website the other day that blew me away, and I thought you'd enjoy it as well. It's called ShebaBlake.com. In addition to the great variety of genres and titles, each ebook is only 99 cents. Whether you're a fan of drama, fantasy, nonfiction, poetry, romance, history, or something else, there's something for every reader, even young readers. Order your ebook in the downloadable format that works best for you today. Go to ShebaBlake.com. SHEBA Blake.com.
Hey, do you overcommit? Have a problem saying no to your kids, your boss, and your relatives? That just might be why you're feeling stressed and out of balance. Go to CherylSaysNo.com. That's SHERYL saysno.com and learn for free 6 tips on how to say no without sounding passive or aggressive. Visit CherylSaysNo.com today.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great